It's major pain, baby. Know I'm talking about. Alright, let me get serious. It's Cooper. I come through and show 'em how to do it. This shit live. Boy, you the truth.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my Let's Plat Strider. I am your host, Major Pain, and I like to talk about things that are geeky, nerdy, or political. Whatever I enjoy talking about, I'm going to talk about. I'm currently watching EVO. I hope you guys are taking a break from EVO to watch this and then going to go back to EVO. If not, you definitely need to be doing that. Definitely go back and watch EVO. My previous video that I posted today talks about EVO and what I enjoy about EVO and all that good stuff about EVO. So definitely go check that out and then go watch EVO. Alright, we got that straightened up. Let's talk about Borderlands 3. So Randy Pitchford came out and did a little bit of talking about the possibility of Borderlands 3. Well, more about the being scared of the possibility of Borderlands 3, and I think he is in the right to be to saying that, because one, you're gonna have to make it for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One consoles, and the advancement, the technological advancement that those systems have had over the PS3, you need to come out with something that just blows the system out of the water, that just, you know, takes the highest level of the system, you know, makes it look in, has way more stuff to it. I mean, more enemies on the screen, better visuals. You know, it needs to utilize the power that this gen consoles, you know, have become. On top of that, you have to come out with a game that is just on its own a magnificent piece of work. I mean, Borderlands 2 is, like, in my opinion, 5 times better than Borderlands. Borderlands was a great game, but it's no Borderlands 2. The balance that Borderlands 2 had between the characters, the villain, Handsome Jack, was just, you know, superb. That's Handsome Jack is probably the best villain I've ever had the pleasure of playing against. It was the writing for that character was just hysterical. The character's backstory and, you know, just all that villain was like the most memorable villain that I've ever had to face. So having to do that and the story, and, you know, it's gonna be extremely hard for Gearbox to come up and be, you know, ready to go for Borderlands 3. There has to be a lot of planning and all that involved into making this game great, and I'm talking about greater than Borderlands 2, which is gonna take a lot. The DLC in Borderlands 2 was outstanding. I played a little bit. I didn't get a chance to play all of it, and I really wish I need to go back and play it. But the Tiny Tina's dungeon DLC, the little bit that I played of that was just awesome. It was hysterical, and it was perfect. Being a D&D player such as myself, that was very awesome to see that Dungeons and Dragons was incorporated into a video game that, you know, and I'm talking about tabletopping. I'm not talking about, you know, the Dungeons and Dragons video game. I'm talking about tabletop. The tabletop game being incorporated into a video game. I thought that was awesome, genius, unbelievable. And then you got, like, all these bosses and stuff that you have to, like, not recreate, but you'd have to make more bosses, and they'd have to be better, or, you know, more interesting than the previous ones. So yeah, Randy Pitchford Gearbox, 2K have a lot on their hands if they want to make another Borderlands 3. I don't think we will see a Borderlands 3, and if we do, it won't be for a very long time, as they just announced Battleborn, which will probably take up a lot of their time, even after it's released. And stuff that they need to fix and all that. So Battleborn is going to be taking up a lot of Gearbox's time, so I don't think we would actually be able to see a Borderlands 3 for some time. And just to add in the mixture of Battleborn and Borderlands, Pitchford said that I'm sorry, not Pitchford. Randy Vernal, the creative director for Battleborn, he said it's very important that Battleborn becomes its own universe, and that they may see the Vault Hunter characters being in Battleborn. But I feel that if you want Battleborn to not be looked at as a Borderlands game, you're gonna have to keep the Borderlands characters out, and then maybe have them as DLC later. So then Battleborn becomes, its characters aren't taken up by spots that are, Borderlands characters, or else it's gonna seem like we're playing a Borderlands MOBA instead of Battleborn, So it definitely, if I was overseeing this project, it definitely it needs to be separated. These Borderlands characters can be brought in as DLC or expansion or exclusive content, something that keeps Battleborn its own piece of work, and then using alternate characters to increase the character count, which is definitely something you need if you're looking at League of Legends or Dota and all those other MOBAs right now. They have a huge cast of characters, so using these Borderlands characters is something that you might want to do, but don't do it right off the bat. Do it in the future. Keep the starting cast as characters that will pertain to Battleborn, so people will know that the game is Battleborn and not Borderlands. But with the whole Borderlands 3 thing, it's definitely possible, and we could see it in 2 or 3 years. Right now Gearbox is in that actually it would be longer than that. They're in this process of building a game every 2 years. I mean, we saw Borderlands 2, and then Borderlands the pre-sequel are all coming out within 6 years of each other, or I think 7 years of each other, and then we have Battleborn, which is going to be out in 2016. So I mean, we're seeing a pattern of every 2 years for Gearbox. So we'll probably won't see, if we do see a Borderlands 3, it'll probably be 4 years from now. And by then, I think the understanding of the PS4 and the Xbox One will allow Gearbox to hit that point, and it'll also to hit that point of making a next-gen game and being able to maximize the use out of the system. But then you will also have 4 years of being able to develop characters and such like that. If you have a small team working on, the story and stuff like that off the get-go, I think it would work, and we could see it possibly in 4 years. But having to find a team that can outdo themselves over Borderlands 2 is going to be really tough. And we see in the pre-sequel that Handsome Jack is coming back, so they don't have to rewrite a villain. So it's that's the hard part, is finding some. I think that's the hard part. I think that's what made Borderlands 2 Claptrap, story, and Handsome Jack are what made Borderlands 2, and Handsome Jack being the biggest one out of that, and then Claptrap, and then the story. I think Handsome Jack is the tough piece that they have to find, to figure out if Borderlands 3 is going to be possible, which I think is completely possible in 4 years. Like I said, it's not something we will see, soon, as the team should be working on Battleborn, and I'm pretty sure Battleborn is just going to be one of those games that that just comes out and then is just supported for a long time. So I mean, once Battleborn is developed, created, and then produced, it'll be a small team that only needs to run that. I wouldn't say small team, but a team big enough to handle patching, balancing issues, and implementing maybe one character every month or so. So a small team probably would be able to handle that. I don't know. I haven't worked in the industry yet, so I wouldn't be able to make that claim. But that seems like that would be the possibility. I'm hoping for Borderlands 3. I'm usually one of those people that enjoy a game so much that they don't want to see the next one because they don't want the next one to ruin it. But I think Borderlands is one of those series where I kind of see them as each individual titles, especially if you have a new cast of characters. I mean, with Borderlands 2, I mean, you saw the returning cast, but they didn't really have a main part in the game. You weren't playing them. So Borderlands 2 to me felt like a whole different game than Borderlands. Although they were the same idea, same premise, different story. I mean, a continuing story basically for Borderlands 2, but they both felt like their own games. And I think it's completely possible to see Borderlands 3, and I'm completely for seeing a Borderlands 3. And I hope that they can make it, a stand-alone title. They don't need to work off the other two, or other three in this case, since the pre-sequel. Which is, I guess, a little worrying for me, is that they're continuing the story or trying to, develop the history of Borderlands 2 into this next game. So I'm a little worried about that. I'm hoping that it'll work, but it being a Borderlands Gearbox game, I have faith in it, and I'm not scared of seeing seeing Borderlands 3 in the future. Anyways, that's about it. That wraps it up for me. What are you guys excited about? To see Borderlands 3. Do you have any suggestions, or not suggestions, but things that you believe that Borderlands 3 Gearbox and Randy Pitchford would have to bring to the table for Borderlands 3 to be successful? Are you excited for Battleborn? Are you excited for the pre-sequel? Just let me know what you guys think about Gearbox in general. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends. You can follow me on Twitter, MajorPain2587, and I am also up to friend requests, MajorPain2587 on PSN. Sorry, I should have stated that before. That was a little confusing. I am up for friend requests on the PlayStation Network. You can friend invite me at MajorPain2587, which is my gamer tag, which is also my Twitter handle. Thank you guys for watching the video. Enjoy your weekend. Go out and play in the sun. Hopefully it's sunny. If it's not, I'm sorry. And hopefully I'll catch you guys next week. I have stated before I am in the process of moving, so hopefully I'll be able to put out some more videos next week. If not, then I'll be in the process of moving or in between places, so you might not get a couple of videos in a while. Thank you guys for watching again. I appreciate it very much, and I'll catch you guys later.